The universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubt that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts. And I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. Hope everyone's doing okay. Wow, my head is actually still spinning from yesterday's news. mainly with Tucker Carlson. I'm just kind of lost at that. Now, I'm not one that really prescribes to chaos theory a whole lot. Even when there are a bunch of wacky things in different realms happening at the same time, a lot of times there can be connections. And one thing that I've learned by watching what the government's been up to for the last couple of decades, they kind of do a little of something here, a little of something here, a little of something here. They got a bunch of little pet projects all over the place. And each their own, they may not make a whole lot of rhyme or reason. But put together, they become a system. So what may have looked like a little bit of chaos in the beginning was really actually a plan. And I have to ask myself, is that what we're seeing happen with this media shakeup? And I'm having a hell of a time placing it. I mean, I get Don Lemon was involved in a bunch of crazy scandals or what have you. That may have absolutely been what led to his departure. But I just can't make rhyme or reason of what happened with Tucker Carlson. That doesn't make sense for Fox News. That doesn't make sense for Tucker. It doesn't make... Well, I mean, actually it does. If it makes sense in any way, it would be for Tucker. And that would be the only way that it would make any sense. Because now, unless there's something preventing it, and I doubt there is, he's essentially a free agent, so to speak. Lots of speculation going on out there about what he may do. Obviously, lots of speculation as to what actually transpired. I don't know if it's all connected, meaning Don Lemon and Tucker Carlson, and then there was somebody else that I heard got fired too. Another, I guess, a big name. I don't know, but somebody else got fired too. I don't know if it's all connected or not, but I can tell you that there's been a massive increase in the amount and depth of misinformation being put out by the government. You know, when you would say or mention mainstream media, mainstream news essentially, there was only one person on any of mainstream news spectrum that I would even give the time of day. And I mean that. There is not a single other person mainstream that I would give the time of day other than Tucker Carlson. That's the only one. And I'm picky about where I get information from, very picky about where I get information from because of the amount of misinformation going around. There's a lot of people that feel like their agenda is more important than the truth. And so there is a whole lot of misinformation, lies, and you name it going on all the time. And some of it, I think, it's just people wanting attention. I think that some of it is intentional misdirections. There's been a lot of intentional misdirections. The whole flat earth thing, that's an intentional misdirection. You can thank your own government for starting that one back up. Because, hey, look, all they got to do is make fun of some flat earthers and it makes us all look bad. I mean, that's all they got to do. And that was the whole point. That was the intention, was to hurt people that critically think, to hurt people that question what the quote-unquote authority says. I know one thing. I know that if you stand with truth, and especially if you stand with God, you need to stand up, and you need to speak out, and you need to speak loud. We really are on a hell of a roller coaster ride. And I'm looking at everything that's going on internationally. And this is going to be a hell of a ride, folks. Going to be a hell of a ride. I did make a cool picture today. Let's see if I can hit the right button. I thought that was kind of cool. I think it's Blue Lightning TV, that one channel that I follow, their tutorials all the time. They did actually with a face, and they did one of the word pictures with a face, somebody's face. And I did that the other day, messing around, but it didn't turn out so hot. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to do like an image of somebody. I'm going to do an image of something else. So I did an image of the American flag. And the wording that is overlaid over the top of the flag is the Declaration of Independence. And so I thought that was kind of a cool picture. So anyway, yeah, I made that in Photoshop earlier. Anyway, other than that, got the big release coming tomorrow for the Blade. At, let's see, I think it is 9 a.m. Eastern. On well, probably YouTube here as well. But I'm sure it'll be on Facebook. It'll be on YouTube. Will be their live stream event for the release. To my knowledge, I know that the Blade goes on sale tomorrow, and I want to say that the Glacier Cooler goes on sale tomorrow. Not so sure about the Wave 2. I did see something that mentioned something about early May for the Wave 2 release. So you have to check them to verify that. But I do know tomorrow's the Blade, and I do believe the Glacier Cooler. I don't know much on the Cooler. I haven't been able to catch a whole lot of information on it because, like, I've been outside, like, beta testing and stuff. But I don't know much about the the Glacier Cooler, but they did release a price thing on the Blade, and I know that I have it somewhere. Aha. There it be, yo. So I don't know exactly. This is what they posted, so. So, early bird, that is if you, hang on, let me cruise on over there and look. Do 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 do. Okay. So I believe the early bird is and I forget how many of the people get in on the early bird. However, if you get in on the early bird and you use the discount code BladeGroup8OFF, when you're checking out, they'll take an extra 8% off of those prices. Now, actually, I think that goes beyond the early bird. I believe that there's something. Hang on, let me take a look here. Do. Okay, so I'm not seeing that. Anyway, so you're looking at the prices, though. I'm not sure how many get in on the early bird. But the United States, if you're talking about just the mower itself without the sweeper kit, early bird is $25.99 and the MSRP is $28.99. Now, I don't know if that means tomorrow, like on Amazon and on their website and stuff like that, that they'll be $28.99, or if it'll be a little less than that, or I honestly have no idea. And the blade with the sweeper kit in the United States, early bird is $29.99, and then they're saying the MSRP is $35.98. So for the mower and the sweeper, so they have released that information. And then they've just released bits and pieces as to the different features and all that stuff. But you can go over there to their Facebook group, and they've got all the information there that they have put out. So, and then like I say, tomorrow they will have a live stream and the release. So. Will be pretty cool. Anyway, and then like I explained to someone else, even though that this thing gets released now, I cannot, and I just want to make it clear, I cannot discuss anything about the testing of the blade. It's still NDA, so I am for like 3 years bound by the NDA that I can't speak about the testing of it. I can talk to you after tomorrow. I can talk to you in depth, anything I know about it, but I can't talk to you about the testing process or anything like that. So now I can give you my opinion, I can give you my review, and I absolutely will, and I will be absolutely honest about it. So that I'm not going to change for any reason. It is what it is. But I can't discuss the testing with you. But as someone who possesses one and has been using it around here, I absolutely can tell you about my experience. It is what it is. But anyway, we will get to that at some point. Anyway, aside from that, let me think. Can't think. I can't think. It seems like there was something else that I was going to talk to you about, and I'm drawing a blank because that's the way it works. So anyway, I got 2 articles. I've only got 4 tabs up, so I've got 2 articles here that kind of talks about what's going on in media and with media. One of them's about Tucker Carlson, but the other one's about the EU and how they're demanding more online censorship. And so this is something that we better be very mindful of. Better be very, very, very mindful of. Oh, sorry, I forgot to bring you on over. like I say, I only got 4 tabs open tonight. Nothing to talk about in depth or anything like that. It's gonna probably be a pretty easy, pretty simple night. And I'm good with that. Believe me, I'm good with that. I don't know why, but I'm like living a day behind. I don't know why, but it feels like it's Monday to me. I don't know why. Let's see. And I'm not saying that because, Mondays are bad or nothing like that. I'm not one of those people that always thought Mondays were bad. Mondays are Mondays, you know. I mean, today is what I'm going to make it. All right. EU demands more online censorship. Like, they already don't have enough, right? The European Commission has designated 19 online platforms under its Digital Services Act, a move that opens them up to hefty fines if they target advertisements at certain users, publish illegal content, or fail to address the spread of disinformation. That's the one you need to worry about. In an announcement on Tuesday, the Commission named 17 very large online platforms and 2 very large online search engines defined as those reaching at least 45 million monthly active users. Among the platforms cited are Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, while Google, it's a, pull that Google out of your nose, while Google and Microsoft's Bing, it's not plural, it's just Bing. Anyway, they are the 2 designated search engines. Man, Yahoo got left out? Oh, God. Next, you're going to tell me that MySpace wasn't included. The decision means that as of August, these platforms must be in compliance with the EU's Digital Services Act, a wide-ranging piece of legislation that came into force in November. I wanted to say a wide-ranging piece of, but anyway, to avoid fines of up to 6% of their global annual turnover, the Commission stated that these platforms must label all advertisements as such and avoid targeting ads at users based on sensitive data. Did you douche last weekend? Hey, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. If your iPhone happens to ask you or indicate that you need to douche, I had nothing to do with that. But just know that if your smartphone targets you because you need to douche, that over in the EU you've got legal means that you can take care of that. Why did that go there? Oh, yeah, that's right, because I'm driving the car. Damn. Let's see. Targeting ads toward children will no longer be permitted, and platforms will have to redesign their systems to ensure a high level of privacy, security, and safety of minors, the Commission said. Regarding content moderation, platforms will be required to restrict the dissemination of illegal content and address the spread of disinformation. Sorry, I can't get past my example. The entire text of the DSA mentions the word disinformation 13 times without defining it. Imagine that. Free speech activists have argued that the term is often used by governments to silence factually correct yet politically inconvenient narratives. And now I figured it out. No, not the meaning of life. It got a long way for that. I figured out why that came to mind. A douche specifically. Because all of these individuals involved in this, whether it be over in the EU, the UK, or right here in the US of A, they're all a bunch of douchebags. That's why. That's why I went to the douche route, because they're douchebags. Ain't that right, Zuckerberg? Douchey bag. Anyway, I think I got it out of my system now. The commission also warned that platforms and search engines will need to address negative effects on freedom of expression, a requirement that could clash with the demand to tackle disinformation. By the way, I see, well, Google's on there, but YouTube's not on there. I bet YouTube's one of them, though. I guarantee you YouTube is on the list. Guaranteed. That's crazy. There you go, and it's going to happen globally. This is something that's going to spread like wildfire, and there's only one thing that I stand behind when it comes to all of this nonsense involving the internet, and I actually stand behind this. I do stand behind this, but I stand behind this for multiple reasons. I stand behind a internet ID. I stand behind that. I think that we should have an internet ID that's associated with, our social security number, for example. That when we log on to the internet, that we log on with our ID. Why am I good with that? Because, look, if you're doing a bunch of illegal shit, and I mean actually illegal shit, that is what it is. Don't do illegal shit. That's the thing I don't get, right? Do you realize how many people could be strung up by their nads just with the stuff that they say on social media? They don't think nothing of it. They just let words spill out of their fingers, originated in their ass. And in many cases, nothing ever happens with it at all. However, Fire Marshal Bill, huh? Oh, man. Don't make me pull up a clip. Man. But yeah, I think they're going to be doing a big sweep very soon. I think that sweep's going to span all the different social medias and all that. Oh, I was talking about Internet ID. I know a lot of people might be against that, but I actually think it's a good thing. Why do I think it's a good thing? Because I do think that we need some type of mechanism for identification. And I think that mechanism really does need to be integrated into certain things, like voting, for instance. Could you imagine a blockchain voting system that you could log in to your unique internet ID and vote on a blockchain system to pick your candidate? Right. And that's what I'm saying. Dude, they already know who it is. They already have, they got way more than your IP address, brother. They've got what they call device ID numbers on you. You aren't hiding from them. Absolutely not hiding from them. VPNs aren't going to do it. I mean, it just, every time I hear about those things, I have to laugh. Now, don't get me wrong. VPNs will help you and protect you against, like, ad stuff, right? Advertising stuff. But when it comes to somebody that's actually wanting to do you harm, or when it comes to clicking on the wrong set of boobies on that website, then, that's what it is. It doesn't matter what you have. If you do yourself in, you do yourself in. But, now, see, I don't think I don't think Americans should be required to vote because I associate that with conscription. I think it's kind of a slippery slope. But I do think that the voting system needs to be rehashed. And I mean, come on. And I can't talk here on YouTube. I can't talk. I can't have an open discussion with you. And I mean, that is what it is. I mean, you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I imply. You probably, most of you have the same questions and arguments that I have. The biggest one, and I will say this, the biggest one for me personally is the record-breaking turnout for the election. That is mind-blowing to me. And that's all that I can say about that. They're getting ready, I think, to shut us down, folks. And it is what it is. Know this. For one, right now, it's already too late. It's been too late for so damn long. It's already too late. If you see all of us go dark in a hurry, you better be doing the do. I really got the sense that something's up. Something really big. Anyway, I do have an article on Tucker Carlson here. Let's see. Well, I voted one time in my life. And that was after promising myself I would never vote because I didn't want to be responsible for which cook got in office. And that was just, to me, a logical way of looking at it. And then this dude shows up on the scene, and he had a good story to tell, and he had some good ideas to talk about, and I bought it hook, line, and sinker. You know what? This guy might do it. This guy might do it. And so I went, I registered, and I showed up, and I cast my ballot. Now, I didn't just haphazardly cast a ballot and go down the list of one side or the other. I looked into every single name that I voted on. However, I didn't change the fact that within a month, I found out really quick just how full of shit Barack Obama was. And I'm struggling to be honest with myself now because I look at Robert Kennedy Jr. That looks tempting to me. That looks tempting to me. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a Democrat. I actually trend more, I would say, to the conservative side. But I am pretty well down the middle. I'll say that. However, I think that man, I don't think he would hurt us. I think he would put us in a much better direction, even if he doesn't check all the boxes of being the perfect president. Out of the choices that we're given, and I will throw DeSantis in on that pile, out of the choices that we are given, yeah, I would choose Robert Kennedy Jr. over DeSantis. Absolutely, I would. DeSantis is really, to be honest, like a one-trick pony, really. He's just going to be that hard conservative line, but is anything going to get done? No. No. Do I think Robert Kennedy Jr. could get anything more done? Probably not. Which is kind of my whole point to begin with. You can't add one drop of pure clean water to a toxic lake and expect it to be okay to swim in. Doesn't work like that. So regardless of how we play fantasy football with the nation's leader, not going to change a damn bit of difference as to the trajectory of our nation. We're fucked. I mean, just to put it in a word or a verb or whatever, we're fucked. It is what it is. I mean, all we can do is the best we can to soften the blow personally and within our households, maybe within our groups, hopefully eventually within the communities and even bigger. But I think we're on one hell of a roller coaster that came apart. And I think we're going to go for one hell of a ride. We'll see. But there's only one way other than that. And the only way other than that is going to be a nice, pretty package with a nice, pretty, bright bow on it. Irresistible for many. And it's going to be to offer all the stuff like peace and security and financial security and, all the stuff we've been told about. I think they're pushing for it. The thing that is preventing them from easily being able to just transition has been the voices that have been speaking out, have been the individuals with their heads popped up speaking. And they're going to chop those heads. And the only thing that I want to know is who makes the best, most comfortable pair of knee pads for that day when I'm kneeling at the guillotine waiting on that blade to be dropped on me. That's all I want to know. Who makes a really good set of knee pads? It is what it is. I'm not going to budge. I am not going to budge. Tucker Carlson's departure wipes $500 million off Fox Corp's market value. The exit of Tucker Carlson, one of Fox News' most popular primetime hosts, has cost the channel's parent company more than $500 million in market value, according to trading data. Class A shares of Fox Corporation dropped as much as 5.4% on Monday before paring losses, or paring, it's paring, I think it's supposed to be paring, losses to 2.95%. The decline occurred shortly after the company announced plans to part ways with Carlson with immediate effect after more than a decade. Carlson's departure came several days after the broadcaster agreed to pay $787 million to settle a defamation suit brought by Dominion Voting Systems. The firm had previously sued the network for defamation in a Delaware court, alleging that Fox presenters, including Carlson, had promoted baseless claims of fraud in the 2020 presidential election. Neither Fox nor Carlson revealed the reasons behind the breakup. The network only said the last Friday's episode of Tucker Carlson Tonight, which attracted a nightly audience of more than 3.7 million, was the last, and that a newscast will be aired in its time slot from Monday evening. Speculation over Carlson's next landing spot sent shares of Rumble, the Peter Thiel-backed conservative video network, and Digital World Acquisition, the special-purpose acquisition company merging with Trump Media, surging. Rumble rallied 6%, while Digital World gained 2.9%. Rump. Anyway. I couldn't hear you. Let's see. A U.S. deploys more cyber commandos abroad. U.S. military has sent dozens of hackers to Ukraine. Imagine that. As it expands its cyber presence worldwide. A top military official told Reuters on Monday. Details of their mission are unclear, but the Pentagon says that its hackers execute full-spectrum operations against adversaries. Speaking on the sidelines of the RSA Cybersecurity Conference in San Francisco, Major General William Hartman of the U.S. Army said that the Pentagon's Cyber National Mission Force has deployed 43 specialists to Ukraine. Those are defense teams we send, and they hunt for shared adversaries, find tools and capabilities, he told the news agency. Demand for these teams has increased in the last 3 years, Hartman said, revealing that U.S. hackers have conducted 47 operations in 20 different countries in that time frame. The general added that U.S. cyber operatives were deployed at the invitation of the countries in question. Anyway, it goes on to talk more about the program and all the other nonsense going on, but be rest assured, they're not doing anything for our benefit. If they were, they would, I don't know, hack the White House website or something, I don't know. And I really don't know what they could do, because I mean, really, at this point in time, all they really have to do is put the President's Day on the White House website, and nobody has to do anything to make them look bad. I mean, you couldn't even spray paint graffiti on the White House website and make it look any worse than Biden does. That's one of my big concerns. And I'm being real, I'm being serious. It's one of my big concerns. You know how weak this country has to look to other nations right now? I refuse to put on rose-colored glasses, ever. And, yeah, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing. And we're about to look a whole lot weaker, I do believe. Alright, I have got one more tab open, and it's kind of a doozy. Kind of, maybe, I don't know. I'm not surprised. Proud Boys blame Capitol riot on Trump. So now he did incite something. That's what you're saying. Lawyers for Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio and his associates argued on Tuesday that the organization is being prosecuted as a scapegoat for the former President Donald Trump, who they claimed was solely responsible for instigating the January 6, 2021 riot on Capitol Hill. It was, and I'm reading a quote, it was Donald Trump's words, it was his motivation, it was his anger that caused what occurred on January 6th in your amazing and beautiful city, Tarrio's lawyer Nayeeb Hassan told jurors during closing arguments at a federal court in Washington, D.C. It was not Enrique Tarrio. They want to use Enrique Tarrio as a scapegoat for Donald J. Trump and those in power, Hassan continued. Tarrio and fellow Proud Boy members Ethan Nordine, Joseph Biggs, Zachary Real, and Dominic Pizzola are on trial for seditious conspiracy, a charge that carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. While the U.S. Department of Justice has charged more than 1,000 people for participating in the riot, Only a handful have been charged with sedition, among them 4 members of the Oath Keepers militia who were convicted of the offense in January. Tarrio was not present at the riot, having been arrested 2 days earlier for burning a stolen Black Lives Matter flag. Protesters argued, however, that he helped orchestrate the riot from a hotel in Baltimore, citing text messages between Tarrio and some of his top lieutenants. Some of Trump's supporters argue that the riot was instigated by law enforcement, dubbing the day's events as Fedsurrection. According to Pizzola's lawyer, U.S. Homeland Security investigations had 19 informants among the protesters, while Washington's Metropolitan Police Department had 13 on site. The FBI had 8 agents among the Proud Boys, the lawyer argued in a court filing earlier this month. Tarrio himself was a documented FBI informant since 2012. Let me say this again. Tarrio, whatever, however you say the guy's name, himself was a documented FBI informant since 2012. So for those that thought I was full of shit, discernment is everything. Discernment is everything. And I'll tell you what, there's a whole lot of people that don't know a damn thing about leadership. They don't know a damn thing about screening people. A damn thing. A damn thing. It is insane to me, these organizations, and how close Big Brother is allowed to get into them. I just stand there, my jaw drops open. I mean, you can see it. Just watch. All you have to do is observe. That's all you have to do. And of course you got to know what to look for, but that's all you got to do is observe. That's it. It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyway, just be careful, folks. When it comes to groups and stuff like that, be very, very careful. There is not a group that isn't infiltrated. Not any group of any size that isn't infiltrated. I'll tell you that right now. But I'll ask the same question that I asked the last time I talked about this subject. Why does it matter? You shouldn't be doing anything illegal to begin with. And if you are doing things like you were supposed to, and if you are doing a good job of covering your ass while you are doing what you're supposed to, they can't touch you. They can't touch you. Why is Ammon Bundy not behind bars? Well, they're trying to put him there, but that's a different thing. That's a whole new battle he's fighting. I'm talking about in reference to Bundy Ranch and Malheur Wildlife Refuge. The reason why Ammon Bundy is not in prison is because he didn't break the law. He didn't do anything wrong. Okay, but Ammon Bundy is an incredibly intelligent man. He knows how to cover his ass. Notice I said cover his ass, not cover his tracks. He doesn't need to cover his tracks because he's not doing anything wrong. But when you're not doing anything wrong and you are pushing for the side of good, you better damn well be good at covering your ass. Just saying. groups shouldn't be doing anything that they need to worry about anyway. And you don't need to be broadcasting to everybody in the group of guys you like to go shooting guns with what you have. Talk all day long about preparedness. I encourage that. But don't tell anybody about what you got. A lot of people, it's insane. You know, all they have to do is infiltrate a group. Send a guy in with some really cool body armor and one hell of a kick-ass rifle. And everybody in that group will be spilling the beans about everything that they have. Trying to beat that chest. I don't get it. Don't get it. Be careful, folks. Lots and lots and lots of discernment. Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Hexapus. I want to say like 1.7 million or something like that. Ammon's being sued by, I believe it's St. Luke's. Yeah, Ammon. I don't know what his current status is. I know that there was a civil warrant issued for his arrest. I don't know if that warrant has been served. I haven't seen him pop on YouTube for a couple of days. That's how I know, because on YouTube, if he goes live or puts up a video, it'll notify me. So I haven't heard anything like in a couple of days or so. So hopefully he's not behind bars. That's just you know, it's maddening. It is really, really maddening. Ammon's a good man. Ammon doesn't want to do anything wrong. Ammon doesn't want to break the law. Man, there's not a whole lot of people, I'll be honest, that I'll put my name behind. That's one man I'll put my name behind. Have no problem putting my name behind his. Why? Because he knows the difference between right and wrong. And he doesn't define that by religion. He doesn't define that by color, by how much money you have. He doesn't define that by where you're from. Not at all. He doesn't define it by who you vote for. Not at all. Ammon believes in the true meaning of freedom, to the level that it makes even conservatives uncomfortable. I've seen them do it. I've seen so many on Red Team turn their backs and turn on Ammon Bundy. It's unreal. It is unreal. Ammon spoke on a couple of subjects since the whole court and all that, and boy, did it send up a cloud from hell. People were fit to be tied. It's unreal. He was talking, I believe, about something to do with immigration. I believe it was. And he was talking about how he supports immigration. Legal immigration. Not illegal immigration. Legal immigration. And, but he does so in the spirit of what this nation was supposed to be. Not anything different than that. And man, I'll tell you what, they tore him a new asshole over that. And there was something else, there was actually a couple other things that he came out in support of that they tore them up on. Well, hell, even I remember when they came out in support of, I believe he was still in prison at the time when the whole thing, the protests from Standing Rock. And I can remember, and I'm getting names wrong because I'm horrible with that. Ammon's wife had came out and said that they stand in solidarity and in support with the water protectors, with the Native Americans. And boy, they got that door slammed in their face fast. Not only did they get the door slammed in their face fast, but there was a whole lot of their supporters that came out of the woodwork to just tear them apart. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, I can't believe that he doesn't have a huge following either. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. There's not a whole lot of people that I hear speak that I will say, okay, yeah, that person gets it. And especially when it comes to the spirit of this nation, the spirit of our Constitution. Because there is a whole hell of a lot of people that want to be personal dictators out there. A whole hell of a lot of them. And there's a whole hell of a lot of them that will call themselves patriots. It's mind-blowing. Freedom is an uncomfortable thing for a lot of reasons. Nobody said freedom was comfortable. Nobody said it was easy. Sure the hell isn't free. Freedom's hard in many ways. You have to have self-accountability, self-responsibility. You have to have self-motivation. Because with freedom comes that responsibility that you have to make shit happen. Or make shit not happen, whichever way it turns out. But you're only as free as you're willing to defend. And that's the most important thing we need to remember. Because we are being silenced. Quickly. Little pissants like me, they could flick us off like a flea, and that's that. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean that, we can't go to the backup channel. It doesn't mean that we didn't have the website anymore. It didn't mean any of that. But believe me, it hurts. It hurts. Even big channels, big names, if they open up another channel, a backup channel or whatever, they can't hardly get very many people to go over to the other channel. So, and that's even the crazy thing is even if they get a strike or whatever and they got to take a week or two off or whatever, and I'm talking about the big channels, not my channel, the big channel, their numbers on their backup channels don't go up very quick. Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't get it. But I guess that should probably fall under the 10% rule, 10% participation rule, as with anything else involving the internet and or people. So you can expect 10% engagement. That's roughly about all you can expect is 10% engagement. So if you ask 100 people on the internet to do something, roughly 10 of them will. When it comes to reactions, and we're doing, tonight is insane. Tonight is off the charts because I look over, I see 7 likes on the show. I also see 7 concurrent viewers, meaning 7 viewers at the moment, and that's 100%. That's like insane. I do very well as far as my likes versus views. I think, pretty exceptionally well. But I don't get a lot of views. That's the thing. I don't get the views. And, I'm not concerned about it. I don't really give a shit. My thing is I want individuals that are hungry for truth. I want to give them a place to go to get it. A place to go without a bunch of ego, without a bunch of bullshit, without a bunch of agenda. Well, somebody trying to sell you everything under the sun so that I could get a kickback for it. Not here for any of that. I was here because I was told I had to be here. And I'm not interested in pissing him off. I'm not interested in that. I did that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And if you agree to work with him, better not renege on that deal. Not going to be a good time, Tater. I know from experience. Anyway, just be careful. Use a lot of discernment. Evil's everywhere. Evil is everywhere. Alright. We've got some of them there headlines. Get through these. I still got to take myself out tonight. No. I'm not feeling depressed. I got to take out trash. So, I wasn't talking about taking out like the Hillary Clinton kind of takeout. No, didn't mean that. That's like the permanent kind of takeout. It's not even like, Chinese takeout or even Little Caesars takeout. No. Hillary Clinton takeout, that shit lasts for a while. It sticks around. Anyway. All right. Let's do this even if it's wrong. Biden fuels re-election speculation. Nah, he's gonna run, they say it. South Korea changes stance on Japan. Well, they say he's going to run. I don't even know if he's going to be able to shit in the morning, but, he probably did that already now in his diaper. Russia to boost gas supply to China, says an official. Court overturns cancellation. Pardon me. Court overturns cancellation of Roger Waters concert. Biden's domestic policy advisor to step down. You mean he's taking his high heels off? Multiple drones found near Moscow, says media. I don't know. It could be. I mean, it's Biden's czar of whatever. Tucker Carlson's departure wiped... Oh, actually, I read that one. Biden announces re-election bid. Russia lists obstacles to moving you in from New York. That's a big damn building. What kind of forklift are you going to get? And what are you going to do? Put it on a boat? I mean... G7 ban on all exports to Russia not doable, says Financial Times. U.S. I can see him right now with a bunch of big-ass barges trying to haul a skyscraper. Let's see. U.S.-backed Venezuelan opposition figure expelled by neighbor. That would be a cool... In fact, something very similar was on Monty Python. That was a hilarious bit. With the buildings. With the buildings like ships. Oh, that was a classic. That was awesome. Monty Python. If you don't know Monty Python, you need to Google Monty Python. It should have been mandatory in school. Let's see. Washington should redeploy nukes to South Korea, says Bolton. That dude just wants to blow shit up. You notice that? He doesn't care who it is. He just wants to blow shit up. Ukraine risks losing Western support if counteroffensive fails, says New York Times. Russia urges expansion of UN Security Council. China is no peacemaker, says Czech president. Kind of like the pot calling the kettle black. Russia's newest tanks enter battlefield in Ukraine, says media. So that's probably a little bit of an important note to make, because that's probably going to have an effect on the battlefield, I would imagine. EU launches mechanism for joint gas purchases. Credit card? U.S. warns of new Russian offensive in Ukraine. Crypto winter is over, says Standard Chartered, whoever the hell that is, and whatever the hell that is. EU demands more online... I covered that one. Kiev outlines plan to toughen sanctions on Moscow. Serbia warns of retaliation against Ukraine. China to bring friendship panda home from the U.S. That's after the other one died in our care. So apparently this was like a loan deal, started in 1972, the year I was born. And apparently it was like their panda diplomacy program that they had going on. And so I think it said there was like 18 nations or something that it loaned pandas, great pandas. The United States got 2 of them. Let's see. One of them was Lily? What was the other one? Zulu? I can't remember now. Yaya. How could I forget that? Yaya. Okay, so Yaya is the panda that they're getting ready to bring home. And the other one was it Lily? Okay, Lily. So Yaya and Lily. Lily had passed away, though. And, there's animal rights activists saying that, it's the zoo's fault and all that stuff. So anyway, China's going to be taking their great panda back. And I don't know how much longer that program was to last anyway. But I guess Yaya's going home. So Trump respond, and I'm sure, to be honest, and I'm being real with this, there's probably a whole lot of really heartbroken people at that zoo. Just saying. And I'll guarantee you that's going to be one heartbroken panda. It's a shame. It is a shame. Now, I'll tell you what, I've been watching all kinds of different documentaries on Netflix, and some of them I can't just close my eyes and go to sleep. In fact, I've watched so many of them, and I watch the ones about animals and stuff too, and it's just absolutely incredible. Learning about all these different animals and a little bit in depth about how they are, how cognizant they are, how, the different things that they do. It's pretty amazing. It is truly amazing. And we really need to think about that more. We really do. It's wild. I just watched a documentary on chimpanzees. I think it was like a 3-part, or it might have been even more parts, but it was really good documentary on chimpanzees, and learned a lot about them and the way they are. And I learned a lot about the individuals that go and observe the animals too. It's pretty interesting that they can actually get pretty close to a lot of different types of animals, but it's just how they act, how they react, what they do while they're in close proximity that makes all the difference. And, there's certain things that you do, like I think it was elephants I was watching, and a documentary, they were talking about elephants, and they were talking about the people that was there doing stuff. And there was like just a certain distance that you kept. And that was what you had to remember. You did not go any closer to this to them. But it was absolutely fine if they came closer to you. You know, and they just went about doing their own thing, making a scene of not paying attention to them, so to speak. And I'm pretty sure it was elephants in this particular case. And they just, they were boom. They were right there. And in fact, the elephants, the baby elephants were playing with the people and stuff. It was fine but it has to be on their terms. On their terms. And then when they were done, when they were ready to move on and do something else, the baby elephants took off with the parent elephants, and they were off and doing their own thing, and the people there went about their way, you know. Really kind of cool to watch that happen and to get a better understanding of that, because I've said this before and I freaking mean it. I am the guy that would die because he couldn't resist petting the big ass cat. That's me. And I've got this thing about animals, man. There are some animals that are just, they're wired to tear you apart, and that's all there is to it, and you have to avoid those kinds of animals. But I am convinced a large majority of those animals wouldn't harm a hair on your head, as long as you don't do anything to threaten them, to endanger them, to concern them. There are so many of those animals that would actually, in their own way, welcome you, as long as you knew how to act around them. That's key. That's key, because you could absolutely do something that you were unaware of that would threaten them or what have you. And there's little ways that they do in communication with each other. Like, I think one of the things, like, I can't remember exactly what it is they do, but like some of the primates, they'll I don't know if they kiss the hand but they put their head down by the hand or whatever or something, or maybe it's they reach out or something. That might be it. They might reach out and stick their head down. It's something like that. And it's communication that they use looking for approval. And you have to know some of these things, and you have to acclimate to their culture, so to speak, because if you don't, that alone could put you in a dangerous situation. If you don't know the different gestures and stuff they do, you could actually wind up putting yourself in a dangerous situation where escalation could have been avoided just by a simple putting your head down or something like that, Sorry, I ramble on about it. It's cool stuff. I think it's awesome. It's fascinating. I love animals. I don't know about that thing over there, though. That thing is high maintenance. Mean. Won't snuggle all night anymore, and it huffs at me. Let's see. UK to introduce plan to combat hospital sexual violence trends. Probably a good idea. Yeah, probably a good idea. How did that even become a thing to begin with? That's a good question to ask. Trump responds to Biden's re-election announcement. He said, Russia issues arrest warrant for suspect in reporter's murder. The donkey makes a good guard for a flock of animals. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that they would take out a coyote. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know they would. Well, actually, yeah, I did know that they did good for guarding. That's right, I did know that. Let's see. Okay. Down syndrome Barbie doll makes debut. So now I guess they're coming out with a Down syndrome Barbie doll. To me, and I it's not that I got anything against it. at all. I don't. What I have against it is the reason why they do it. That's my issue. They're doing it to make money, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with capitalism. I don't have a problem with making money. But I do have a problem with using emotional blackmail doing it. And that's what I look at this and what I see this as. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I just think that trying to be over-inclusive, probably not a good idea. Rockets hit territory of NATO member. U.S. deploys... I covered that one. And that one. EU capital to demolish monument to acclaimed writer Pushkin. U.S. threatens Russia's neighbor. And, there's a number 2 up there. Russia responds to Western asset seizure. Well, this is not surprising. British depleted uranium already in Ukraine. Put that out. Not surprising. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Reopen that window, yo. Give me a home page, yo. Come on. Oh, okay, I am back. Alright. Got that one, and the other one is here. The U.S. That would be an opinion piece, and we don't do opinion pieces. In Sudan. I know that Sudan was in the news. Is this the one? No, that was Kazakhstan. Damn it. I know that there was something big. Are you saying that there are more biolabs? I know I seen Sudan like either today or yesterday. And it was like I know it was a pretty important article. Or topic, I should say. But I kind of glazed over it and I don't remember. Yeah, see it. Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. The biolabs and all that. I don't know what it is, if it's war, civil war, what the hell is going on over there. But yeah. Yeah. I heard about that. But I don't know that it's going to be... I'm not scared on a level that there's going to be a big pandemic to wipe us all out and all that stuff. Not even remotely worried about that happening. It's not good. But I don't know. There's a lot of crazy stuff. It's a lot of crazy stuff going on. I have a feeling that a lot is going to be unveiled involving labs when it comes to Ukraine. So it's fake. Yeah, I don't know. Man, there are so many ways we've done ourselves in on this planet, it's unreal. All it takes is one of the real bioweapons to get out. And we're done. All it takes is, I don't know, a grid failure, I don't know, something to cause some big cascading, huge blackout. that eventually, elongated blackout eventually leads to meltdown of nuclear reactors and we're all glowing. I just don't get it. I don't get why we do some of the shit we do. It makes no damn sense to me. No, I'm not a fan of, not how they do it anyway. Not the way they're doing nuclear power I'm not a fan of. There's other ways they can do it that's a lot safer and doesn't leave any kind of freaking crazy ass radioactive waste, which is the whole point of why they push for nuclear power, because they like big bombs that blow shit up. So it's crazy. You know, I don't know why, dude, like the main headquarters of them bastards is in a huge city. It makes no damn sense to me. That shit needs to be out at White Sands Missile Testing Range or some shit. You know what I mean? Put that shit at Area 51 or something. Crazy. What? Oh. Yeah. I do. I do know about that. We have sent just an insane amount of radioactive material to Russia. Absolute insane amount. I mean, both in spent fuel rods, uranium itself. I mean, you name it. It's just, I don't get. There's so much I just don't get as to how we got to where we're at. Unbelievable. Anyway. Well, I think the United States really at the time, I think that a lot of that was because it was a good way for us to kind of hot potato it, you know, get it out of our hands so that we don't have to deal with coming up with a way to deal with it. I think there was a period of time to where there was a lot of that going on. However, I think that Russia took full advantage of that, and I think they also spread the love. I don't think that they kept it all. I'm sure they disseminated it. I'm sure mucho of it got to North Korea, mucho of it got to Iran. I'm not a fool. I'm not naive. I think things are going to get crazy, and I really hope that it don't go into an all-out to where we need to worry about that kind of stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen stuff like that with Chernobyl as well. And it's, to me, that's crazy stuff. I wouldn't want no part of that. I don't want no part of that. Yeah, I figure they probably are. I figure Russia's probably been handing it out. So, you know, and for all purposes as well. Not just nefarious reasons. I think even for medical purposes and all that stuff. I don't, you know. It is a commodity, actually. So, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to get some trash out. Get my little crazy UFO thing in here. And go to bed. And I will see folks if they attend the live event tomorrow. I'll probably be on YouTube. I probably will watch the YouTube feed over the Facebook or anything else. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. So I'll probably be in the YouTube chat. Again, it's 9 a.m. That's Eastern. 9 a.m. Eastern. On, I would imagine, EcoFlow's regular YouTube channel is probably where they'll have it. Or, well, I don't know if they've got it on the event. Hang on, I've got an event page thingy. And don't forget, 20, okay, here's an early bird thing. The early bird is 27% off, and I don't remember what the early bird is. I can't remember who qualifies for early bird. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like the first so many buyers is what it is, but I don't remember what that magic number is. But as it says here, it says 11 Pacific Daylight Time. Like I say, 9 Eastern. It'll be, I guess, 8 our time, right? Or would it be 10 our time? Yeah, it'd be 8. Then how would it be 11 Pacific? Be 10, 9. I don't know. I'm confused now. It'll be tomorrow at that one time. No, they're saying 11 Pacific, which would be 10, 9. That would be 9 Central. And 8 Eastern. But I would have swore their things said 9 Eastern. Hang on, let me look. Wait a minute. Now this says 1 p.m. CDT. EcoFlow Smart Devices launch event. Here it says 11. I'm really confused now. Oh, 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 11. I guess that would be. I'm way off on my... I can't even do time zones, man. Wow. How did I get that so screwed up? So yeah, no, 11 Pacific would actually be 1 our time. And I guess that would be... Would it be 9 o'clock? It'd still be 8 o'clock Eastern, I think. I think they got that wrong. I'm pretty sure I shared it when they initially put it out. Yeah, 9 a.m. EDT is what I've got here. So I don't know. Sometime tomorrow morning, just keep your eye out for it. And I'll be there. So anyway, I can't tell you for sure. I'll probably be on YouTube, but if otherwise I might be on their Facebook feed. So wherever the hell, I'll most likely be on the YouTube feed though. Anyway, I am gonna get out of here. God willing, be back tomorrow and see you again. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit, and shalom.